This is Joseph Heron here from San Antonio, Texas, here with Marlen Esparza from Houston, Texas, bronze medal winner in the flyweight division in the very first competition, women's boxing in the Olympics. How did that feel to be in the inaugural class of the very first women's competition in Olympic boxing?
You know, it was a big honor. It was a huge blessing. It was something I'd worked for my entire life, and it was all I wanted forever. So to be able to accomplish it, to be there, it was a lot of anxiety, a lot of pressure, but it was something that I wanted for myself. So it was definitely, it was just a blessing, a complete blessing.
So when did you first get involved with boxing?
I started boxing really young for a female, so I was 11. And I started boxing because when I was growing up is when Chavez was like dominating everybody. And my dad's Mexican, my family's Mexican, so we would watch boxing all the time. I grew up around it. Took about 3 years for my dad to actually let me try it because he would be like, no, it's part of thing, like you can't do it. It's like, it's not for you. And then I begged him, and then eventually he let me try, and I never stopped.
Persistence wears down resistance, absolutely. But, you know, speaking of persistence wearing down resistance, what do you think it's going to take to actually get women's boxing in the forefront and get that equal airtime, just like the guys do? Because every fight card that you go to, whenever there's a women's bout on there, you guys always steal the show. Action-packed, especially in the packed flyweight division, probably the most action-filled division in all of boxing. You get fast action, tons of punches thrown, a lot of power. How do you actually get that in the forefront of boxing, in the consciousness?
In all honesty, I'm just going to be honest, the Americans have to do it first because, you know, Russia does it, Ukraine does it, Mexico does it. You have all these countries who do appreciate women's boxing, and they're big over there. But the United States doesn't. And since we don't do it, it doesn't catch on. So it's up to us to kind of accept it and start giving. Like, we know we need the promoters to put us on TV, and good ones at that, because you don't want to be introduced as a sport with bad fighters. Not all, you know, just as guys, not all the girls are good either. So they need to find the good ones, they need to put them on TV, and they need to bring it into America. And once America accepts it, then we're pretty much good to go. So
how do we actually change that climate?
There's nothing but you know, you be annoying. You be annoying. If I'm not a professional, when I decide to go pro after Rio, I will make sure that I'm on TV like first fight. But you have to be persistent. You have to show that your skills are good enough. And if you feel your skills are good enough, then you have to find someone who believes in you. And if you're that persistent, someone will. So it's really up to the athlete at this point, because you have, you know, you start from nothing, and you just have to figure it out yourself sometimes.
You know, that's amazing. You're mature beyond your years, because you're absolutely right. The boxing industry is run a lot like the music industry, in which you've got to promote yourself. You've got to be self-promoting. How do you know all of this?
I guess I know boxing in and out. I mean, I say I love boxing, but I don't just love it because it's what I do. Like, I pay attention to everything. Like, I know who Al Heyman's signing. I know who's fighting who. I know why people are dropped. I know whose promotions are going under the ground. I know, like, everything about it. And a lot of the pro women complain because they're not on TV. But then I look at their Twitter accounts, I look at their Facebooks, and I'm like, what are you doing? You could do a lot of you could try to do anything. You could do a lot of free things. You can promote yourself. You can have free fights even if you want to, and nobody does that. And I feel like if you want to, you have to brand yourself as a boxer in the world for women. You have to brand yourself to bring attention, and then from there, promoters will want to work with you. If you don't sell tickets, you don't make money, and what are you going to do? So that's the way it works.
Very well stated. Joseph Heron here with bronze medal winner, hopefully bringing home the gold in 2016 from Rio de Janeiro. Marlen Esparza, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.